Are we there? Are we not? We're not. Let's have a look at the properties. See if we can't sort this out. OBS. USB video. Now I think we're sorted. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I think we're live. Always takes a bit of sorting out the streaming software when you first get started. It's not like the old way. Let's have a look. Yes, indeed. Episode 2. That's 70s bike. Good evening, mate. So I have got me watching call it's obscured a little bit there. Me chat. Yeah, it is looking good now. It always takes a few minutes to get completely sorted out. Either the camera freezes or something goes wrong or something or other. And it all seems to be sorted out. Hopefully, anyway. So, last time I was doing live streams, I cut them down to an hour long, and I think we'll stick with that. So just an hour tonight, 8 till 9, to talk about fishing. My favourite subject. Yeah, that's the tech for you. I've got wires running all over the place here. You can't see them, but there's wires going into the camera, and they run all across the desk. They're going over the top of my keyboard, so I can't type. And if I move anything or knock any of them, quite often it makes the frame freeze. And it's a pain in the arse. Absolute pain in the arse. But as long as I'm still and I don't, move anything around or have to put my hands over here or anything, I've got my mouse and I can go on the computer and stuff like that. I'm fine. But we'll see. Yeah, has anyone been out anyway? I might as well throw that question out there like I haven't again. Skipped it at the weekend, rain again. So last 3 Saturdays it's rained, and the last 3 Sundays have been nice days, and my fishing day is Saturday. So I might swap this week, I don't know. Danny, alright mate? Rig making tonight. See what everyone's got to say. Yeah, not a lot, mate. I actually make me rigs on the bank. At least I don't have to hold up an aerial like the old CB radios. I tell you what, mate, mine needs serious help. Let's just turn my radio down. Storm Arwen. For those of you who don't know, I'm a radio ham as well, and I've been for 35 years, something like that. Radio ham, and I have an aerial on the back of the house, and Storm Arwen happened about 3 weeks ago. Put it this way, it's not straight anymore. It's kind of like kinked like that. And it's not in good shape at all. Still works, there's no problem with it working, but it's very, very kinked. So I think I might have to get a replacement, to be honest. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Yeah, I do remember the old thunder poles. I never had one myself, like I had a silver rod. And the aerial I've got at the moment's called a Euro Sigma. And it's like a wideband HF aerial for the amateur bands. But it's basically just looks like a silver rod. If you remember them. I think it's just 24 foot, so like a 5/8 wave or something like that. But it's got a what do you call a balloon in the bottom. And it'll match any band on HF, so basically I can go anywhere with it. And I've got an ATU on my radio, and it works fine. But yeah, ham. Yeah, I've been licensed for about 35 years, mate. 1980s, back in the 1980s. Long time ago. But I'm still. I left the hobby for about 30 years. And then came back 25, 30 years, something like that. And I came back into it about 5 years ago, as I was getting older, basically, and I didn't want to go fishing in winter, or it was cold and wet out. I've got something else to do now besides go fishing, so that's why I got back into it again. Yeah, 81, that's when I had one as well. I think I got my ham license in 87, something like that. So, I don't know, 34 years, is it? Within 21 now, aren't we? Yeah, 34 years. But yeah, I remember all that, Breaker 19. Daft days, absolutely daft days. It's dead now, though. I mean, I can tune through it now and have a look at it, but it's dead. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you, mate. Those days are gone, long gone. Louis, hi mate. Louis Fishing. Good to see you again. Casters out, starting to turn the next 2 days of the weekend. Are you buying your casters, Danny, or are you making them yourself, or are you just waiting for your maggots to turn? Yeah, it makes me laugh a little bit as well. Like it's weird. My stream's not doing very well either. It seems to be cracking on a little bit, doesn't it? Where am I? Sorry. Yeah, Danny, casters. Just turning your own maggots, like, or do you actually buy casters? I know Andy, when I mean, I don't think he's in tonight at the moment, or if he hasn't said anything, but Andy gets casters, he buys them in bags, and he uses them quite a lot, like, he does quite well on them as well, to be honest. It's good. Right, okay, cheers, mate. It's kind of like flickering and all sorts here, but if it's okay at your end, that's fine. I'm good with that. If it's flickering, there's not, to be honest, not a lot I can do about it anyway, apart from maybe risk moving one of the wires. But I'm kind of stuck with it. What are the rigs, Danny, as well? What are you tying? Are we talking like hooks to nylon? Looped nylon, or what? Or are we talking carp rigs? For those of you who don't know, by the way, I put a video out on Sunday, my first one for a while. I was looking through some footage on my hard drive on Saturday because I wasn't fishing. I thought, well, I'll go through what's on my hard drive and have a look and see what I've got. And I found these clips from last winter when I was fishing adjustable zigs, and I thought I found a clip of a bite, of a zig bite, and I thought, oh, that'll do. So I put that out, drew a diagram of an adjustable zig, and knocked up a quick video, literally in about an hour. Didn't take long at all. But yeah, that was my first piece of material for a while, but I now need to go and obviously do the adjustable zig in full which is might be quite interesting to some people, like, because I actually caught quite a lot of fish on that last winter. I went onto a local lake with a deep lake, which is 20 foot deep, and I did quite well on it. Like, right from the word go, I was catching fish. I think I had 30 fish in a month, and 16 of them were off the bottom and 14 were on the adjustable zigs, like, so they do work really well. And during that time, hardly anything else came out. So it's a good method, and I will cover it all in a video. It might not be the next one I'm doing because I've got another 2 to finish, but it will certainly be hopefully done this winter. Yes, mate, normally it's a blank when you start lure fishing local canals. Yeah, the local canals are absolute ball breakers, mate. They really are. Some are better than others, but if you're fishing the Shropshire Union anywhere around Chester or the northern end out that way, it's rock hard. It really is. There's not a lot of help I can give you, really. I've not lure fished last winter at all because we were locked down. I didn't get my lure rod out at all, like I nearly did the other day. If you're in the northwest, it depends where you are, mate. I mean, it's but yeah, it is quite difficult. Location is everything. You've got to find them, and you need to be really walking a few miles each session, looking at spots and trying them out and stuff like that. Even just trying the main canal. It's all dependent on boat traffic as well. If there's any boat traffic around, how much clarity there is in the water, whether it's clear or not. There's all kinds of things to take into consideration, but it is hard going, yeah. All I can suggest is, if you're new to it, look at the features, look at the obvious features. So locks, boats, bridges. Bridges are usually pretty good, like, especially if they're wide, and they've got they go quite dark underneath. Like, there's usually fish knocking around bridges. They're always worth a go. Locks, again, turnaround points. Marinas. If you've got any marinas local to you which allow fishing, then they're always worth a go in the marinas. And any sections of moored boats, if you can get anywhere near the moored boats, they're usually okay areas as well. But again, like in the case of a line boat, say, the fish might be under one boat. You've got a line of like 100 boats long, only one of them might have fish under it, and you've got to keep plugging away and keep at it until you find them. You need another ticket in another area. Yeah, if you're allowed to fish in the marina, I'd say it's worth getting the ticket, because they're usually good spots. Marina entrances, anything like that. Even sections where boats moor up, where they've got concrete moorings, and sometimes you have little things sticking up that you can wrap your ropes around if you're a boat. Those concrete moorings, they tend to be deeper than other areas of the canal close in, and then you can go dibbling on places like that. So you're just basically fishing right underneath your feet and lifting your lure and bouncing it up and down as you go along. Anywhere that's like 3 feet deep, you can dibble, and boat moorings are a pretty good place to dibble. It all depends, like, I would say keep an eye out as well. Look for scattered in fish. So we see fish scattering on the surface. Yeah, dibbling. It was in my very, very first video I went in front of the camera was about dibbling. And I went on the Shropshire Union and dibbled out a couple of perch and pike from Tattenall. That was going back a few years. Yeah, you hit a few boats recently. At least you're getting close enough to them. And to be honest, that time of year when the owners won't be on them, so you can push your luck a little bit. I know one of my mates, if there's nobody on the boat, he will climb on the boat and he'll dibble the outside of it. So if you've got a boat moor, if you've got the bank here and the boat's here, he'll climb on the boat and then he'll dibble the end of the boat. And like you would on the bank, he'll do the boat, so you can get right tight in, right down the side of it, basically just dropping the lure off the side of the boat, aren't you, and going along the side of the boat, and he'll dibble along the boat as well. Nobody's going to tell you off, are they? Someone might say, "Oi," and try and chase her, and just say, sorry mate, there's nobody on it, didn't think it was doing any harm. Or, you could just tell him to get lost. But yeah, he's quite happy dibbling someone's boat. Well, you never know until you try, mate. That's the thing. If someone tells you off, you just hold your hand and say, "Oh, sorry, mate. I'll get out your way and I'll get off," and you're off somewhere else, because it's a mobile method of fishing. You're not sort of like pitched in one place and someone's going to be in your ear all day. You can just go somewhere else. But you've got to find them, mate. No, make no mistake, you've got to find them. Depends what you're fishing for with the lures as well. Are you using rubber lures for perch, or are you fishing for pike? Technique wise, lure fishing, I've just been jig fishing, mate. Of the two, jig and drop shot, I prefer jig, just a straight jig. Yeah, you move about a lot. Plastic, rubber, so you're looking for perch. My advice is start small with a 1 inch, little tiny one. I know we'd all like to catch a 3 pound perch, and a lot of people they'll use 3 and 4 inch rubber lures. But my advice is, if you're just starting as well, use a 1 inch, small as you can, because a little wasp will whack that 1 inch, and you'll catch a lot of small perch, 2, 3, 4 inches long. They're fine. Just get used to catching them. Get used to where you find them and stuff like that, the areas you find them in, because you'll find them in the same places, even year after year. And go small and start catching the little ones. You've got more chance with the little ones as well, because there's more, there's a lot more little ones than there is big ones. So my advice is go small, 1 inch, and start catching as many little ones as you can. And then once you work out where you're catching all the little ones from, fish the same areas with a bigger lure and see what happens. I may have had my first knock yesterday. Yeah, you should be able to catch something with a 1 inch. You go under the bridge, dibble under the bridge, and then maybe cast in the middle and just try it and see how you get on. You should be able to catch something with a 1 inch lure. And once you've got a few wasps under your belt and you start working out where they're coming from, you catch more and more, and you can go from there. So start with a small lure, my advice. Catch as many as you can, rather than just try and look for that 2 or 3 pound perch, because quite often there's not many of them around. Yeah, £10 braid, £5 leader, that's fine. That's roughly what I use. I think leader I was using last time was maybe £4, something like that, or 6, but 5's fine. Ian, all right, mate? Good to see you. Did it years ago, stopped it using them, but decided the other day I had a cracking session using them for roach, so started buying 6 pints and taking mags home. Fair enough. How much is a pint of maggots nowadays, Danny? I have not used them maggots for years. A few of my mates do, like they buy them a gallon at a time, but they're paying they were paying before inflation about 16 quid for a gallon of maggots. And someone says 16 quid to me for a bait for a session, and I'm going to vomit. I get 40 kilos of maize for that, which will last like a year or two. So I'd have a fit if I had to pay £16 for bait for a session. Perch like pike, location. Look out for the cormorants as well, yeah. Basically, you're just looking to find the fish, and it doesn't have to be the perch you find. It can be the roach, because if there's a shoal of fish around, then the predators are never going to be far behind. And some of the best days I've had on the Shropshire Union are when I've seen roach scattering at the surface, and then I've gone and fished with a jig or a drop shot the area I've seen the roach. And I've had some of my best days perch fishing there, because they're scattered on the surface because the predators going for them. So I think I said it in one of my videos. It happened 4 times in about 12 or 13 sessions. On 4 occasions I saw fish showing, scattering, and went for them and caught really well. So very productive if you can find one of them times when the perch are attacking the roach. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's something you need to be aware of so you can take advantage of it when you see it. That 8 metre whip is unbelievable. Preston response was quick. Serious net to silver on the river. Yeah, one of my mates has been fishing the same stretch as you, Danny, and he's had some cracking bags of fish. He's had a couple of pike as well. When he gets a suitable size roach, he usually puts a livey on. Just out to the side or in a slack or whatever water he's got close to him, which might be pikey, and he's had a couple of pike as well, like a small one and a double. So I know there's a lot of roach and dace and stuff in that stretch, but there is pike in there, and there's so many fish. Like you said, the bags of roach are massive. That there must be some big pike in there, at least one really chunky pike, because there's so much food for them. They must grow really well, but there are not many of them, so they're quite difficult fishing, aren't they? But he's had a few fish taken as well when he's been winding them in, like a pike's bit him off. And it gets battered as well, yeah, that's another problem, isn't it? That's what happens when it's free fishing. Yeah, walking all day with lures, fair enough. I didn't know that, but he's not been using the lures like he's been on when he's caught them. He's actually had a live roach on. Plenty of roach under a local canal bridge 2 days ago. Yep, go back there. Start with a 1 inch. Fish where the roach are. Even with a 1 inch lure, I've caught perch, approaching £2, £1.50, even on a 1 inch lure. Usually when you go through a spot for the first time, the first fish to bite will be the big ones. And then once you've had one big one, they tend to get smaller until you start catching little wasps. That's what I've found when I've gone through the same stretch over and over again. It tends to be the big ones to come first. So, but yeah, definitely smaller jig. You still catch a £1.50 perch on that. Even a 2. If it goes past the nose of a £2 or a £3, you'll still get it. They'll literally eat anything. Better rivers for pike, in my opinion, the Dee. To be honest, Danny, the Dee is better for perch than the canal. Any day of the week. But yeah, I quite agree with that, mate. The Dee's a class water, really is. I think it's got big pike and perch in, and plenty of them as well. Call them snapper. Yeah, well, you know, you've always got a chance of a £2. I've not had one from the northern end of the Shropshire where I fish. I can't find them at all. To be honest, you're scratching around for a couple of wasps when you fish the canal where I fish. You know, if you getting anything, coming home with anything at all is a result, because it's quite difficult. The weaver, yeah, weaver's worth a look. Plenty of pike in the weaver and some nice sized perch as well. Winsford is a decent area for pike and perch. One of my mates has had a £3 perch out of the Winsford stretch, and I know it's produced pike to over 25. Pike wise, I'm going on face on the Dee. Loads of pike attacking the net. You don't get it half as much on the ribble. No, you don't, Danny, do you? Because not as many pike in the ribble. But there's plenty in the Dee, we know that. I thought you'd be piking on the Dee anyway, mate, to be honest. Yeah, trouble is, yeah, bollocks. You're giving up on the carp, are you, Ian? That's not like you, mate. I thought you'd be alright. Put 4 perch in. £3 to £4. Big perch then, mate. They're the kind of fish to keep your fry down, aren't they? Which is what you want. Who's LDA, mate? LDA. Something district angling. Sorry, I have no idea who LDA is. Weaver. Mr. Tyler, all right, mate? Oh, Liverpool district. I don't think so, mate. Not on the Weaver, no. I'm sure they've got affiliations. Are they affiliated to any clubs that have stretches on the Dee? The fishing's free in the town, on the town centre in the Dee, you know, and there's some nice perch in there. If you can get to Chester, just, I mean, with light law fishing stuff, you could go on a train, couldn't you, or something like that if you wanted to. Or if you can drive and find somewhere to park in the city centre, then Earl's Eye, the bit stretch of water from the bandstand up to and round the bend is worth a go. There's loads of perch in there. Yeah, well, if you're affiliated to Chester, then you've got Farndon as well. Is it Chester Anglers or D-side? Yeah, the bandstand in Chester, mate, is free. By the bridge they call it the Hollyoaks Bridge these days, don't they? Because they sometimes film episodes of Hollyoaks on there, or scenes from Hollyoaks. Yeah, the Dee at the bandstand, there's loads of perch in there, mate, and a few pike, more than a few pike as well. I think the ribble drops quicker, doesn't it, Danny, than the D. Once the D's knackered, it seems to be knackered for ages. Yeah, that white bridge. I thought it was blue. Is it Queen's Park Bridge, I think it's called, or something like that. It's free, no tickets or membership needed. None at all. You can fish from there right up to, do you know where the ferry crosses? Where the yacht club is? Just above that stretch. So you've got the likes of the meadows. Yeah, both sides as far as I know, yeah. You can fish both sides. Yeah, up there, yeah, all along that stretch there is about, I would say, what, maybe a quarter of a mile stretch is all free. I think it's worth fishing as well, like this, you know, you've got a good chance of getting fish out of there. Not giving up on the carp, back out Friday. A nice high pressure this weekend. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. I know high pressure is not exactly good conditions to be out in, but it's not going to rain. I've got a few things to do on Saturday morning. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get out, but if I can get them done quick enough, I will. And I'll get myself out for a few hours, because I haven't fished for the last 3 Saturdays, like, and I'm quite annoyed at that. I was on such a roll up until the 20th of November. I hadn't blanked all summer. Literally every session I've had fish, and then I hit this storm Arwen, didn't go, and the next week wind and rain, didn't go. Next week rain and wind, didn't go, and I've been stuck in since. So it'll break that cycle. And I'll try and wet a line this weekend. If I can't go Saturday, I'm going to go Sunday instead. Yeah, past the boat club, the meadows, the boat club. So from the city centre, if you're where the weir is, from the weir upwards to the bridge where the bandstand is, both sides there free, all the way up past there, past the meadows, up to the yacht club is all free. You do not pay to fish that stretch. Dull, calm and dry. Is that what I want? Well, it's what I want. I don't know if the perch and the pike will have it that way, like, but it's certainly, I don't want to be wet. I want to be dry when I go fishing. Are you working from home, Danny? I still am. I haven't gone back. I've been working from home now since March the 23rd, 2020. We were due to go back on the 6th of January this year, and it's been put back because of Omicron, so they've postponed it. So I don't know when I'm going to be going back to the office. But even when I do go back, we're going to be having pick and choose. So you only have to be in the office so many days, and the rest you can work from home. So it's great. Two days in, 3 at home. I'm open for 1 day in and 4 at home. Yeah, the Great Reset. I'm not sure the Great Reset's going to work out, to be quite honest, mate. You can't control people. At the end of the day, they're not going to have it. And I think the Great Reset's going to fail spectacularly. Good in summer, get out straight away. That's what I had, Danny, this summer. Like as on a Wednesday was my fishing day. Apart from Saturday, like I used to go on Wednesday, and as soon as it got light enough to up to about 9 o'clock, as it was getting later, so I think it was about May time, I started going on Wednesdays. awful, to be honest. I think I caught one Wednesday in about 3 months. So I had a fair few goes, but every Saturday was great. But when you drop a day, it'll be one day. You planning on dropping a day, are you, with work? Is YouTube paying you that much you can drop a day? No answer. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Nice one. Yeah, my viewing figures have gone down. Apart from the fact that I haven't uploaded many videos, I've deleted a load as well. Oh, right, okay, your missus got promoted. Yeah. That's right. Send her to work so you can do less. I like your style, mate. I really do. Business analyst, right, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm an analyst. That's what I do as well, but not business. I don't do the business support. I am the other side. I could drive to Chester, but if the trains are running, I might get the train and have a bash there. So there's nowhere I need to buy a ticket on that. No, there's nowhere to buy a ticket on that stretch of the day. It's free. And if you've got a Liverpool and District ticket and it's affiliated to, I think, is it D-side Anglers or Chester Anglers or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Then you've got Farndon as well, the opposite bank. There's a free stretch of Farndon, and the other stretch you can probably fish on the affiliate. So you've got some fishing at Farndon as well, which is a bit further out. All depends how far you want to travel, really. I know if you're going from Liverpool, you're going to get stung, aren't you? If you come through the tunnel, you've got tunnel tolls, and if you go across Runcorn Bridge, you'll get tolled as well. Part of a canal in Chester. Right, okay. To be honest, mate, I would just fish. If you're fishing round Chester, just fish. Take some money with you in case anybody pulls you for the day ticket, and just go fishing anyway. I don't worry about who's got a ticket for what place. I just generally just go fishing, and if anybody asks me for money, I'm quite prepared to give it to them if they can produce a bailiff's card and a receipt. I'm quite happy to give them a few quid for a day ticket, but I've never been asked in over 30 years. So just go. Just assume you can fish it until someone says you can't. Forget weekend club affiliated to matches at the weekend of Farndon. Right, okay, thanks for that, Danny. I didn't know that. Joseph Bivvy, all right, mate. Bivvy, did I call you Bivvy then, or Bibby? Quite new to carp fishing, started in May. Wow. Put my rods away because it's too cold. Fair enough, mate. Can't afford the warmer gear at the moment. Itching to get back out. Yeah, if you haven't got the warm gear, mate, I would say don't go. If you're going fishing in the winter, it's slow. It's nowhere near as productive as it is in summer. Everything slows down. It can be cold, wet, horrible, and if you're not enjoying it and you're getting cold, your hands are cold, your legs, your feet, then you won't enjoy it. So my advice is don't go. You need a thermal suit, a proper thermal suit, and a decent thermal hat to put on, and decent thermal boots on your feet, like ski techs. And without those things, I wouldn't go. So I'd wait, mate, until the weather warms up in about March. A new bivvy. Yeah. Up and out early tomorrow, gents. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright, no worries, mate. Yeah, take care of yourself. What's your name, by the way? Yeah, thermal underwear too. Long johns. You got the Zippo one. Yeah, they're good as well, like Zippo or Whippy. You can, they're basically the same thing, aren't they? Yeah, long cold nights as well. Don't enjoy them at all. I mean, I don't even like doing nights. I don't even night fish anymore. I found I could never sleep on a bed chair. They're just horrible. And the next morning, like with no sleep, and the next day, you're like, oh, and you just don't feel like doing anything. It's awful. So I don't even bother night fishing anymore. I'd rather just get up, nice and fresh the next morning, and then go and just fish for the day. And to be honest, if you work hard at it, like, you catch your fair share anyway. I certainly catch more than my fair share. So I'm quite happy doing that. But yeah, you'd need to be warm, mate. Tom, all right, mate, no worries. Thanks, Tom. Good luck. Let us know how you get on, because I may well head down that way myself if the weather stays bad. I don't mind sitting on the bank grinding the carp out in winter. I'm quite happy doing that. But if it's raining, or it's changeable and anything like that, and rain 1 minute, sunny the next, or whatever, showers, then I would rather go lure fishing. So I might head down that way myself. Not been there for a while. Bonus working from home. You're always home to get your orders. Yeah, that's another thing, Danny, as well. Like, I'm quite happy ordering stuff off the internet again now, because I know that when the door goes, I'm there. Yeah, I've ordered quite a lot of stuff this year, to be honest. Most recent one was one of these. Don't know if you can see that. It's Anchor. Power bank. For powering your phone. Charging your phone up. Anchor power bank. Yeah, turn it on. You see the little blue lights on it. And the reason I bought that is for filming on the bank on my phone. Because you've only got so much power in your phone, and if you plug it into one of these while you're filming, then it'll go a lot longer. So yeah, I've got myself a little Anchor power bank off Amazon the other week. That's my Christmas present to myself. Yeah, you messed up YouTube then. Yeah. Cheers, Tom. Just a power bank, yeah. Yeah, it's only small, fits in your pocket. Just no bigger than your phone. There's my phone. There's my power bank, and that's it. And I can charge my phone before I go fishing, and then I've got another. I can keep it running all day with this, which is great. It means I can do live streams on the bank as well. That's something I might think of, depending if I'm fishing on the right water. I might actually do a live stream from the bank. Electric hand warmer. Yeah, you can buy them as well. I've seen a few of them on Amazon. I was thinking of buying one, because you plug them into your USB port, don't you, and charge them up before you take them out. And yeah, it's an option. I haven't had a better night's sleep than on the bank, but you're only 22, so my back's still got time. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're all right, mate. At 22, you're fine. But once your back goes, trust me, you will not like it. Mine's gone completely, to be quite honest. I struggle with it now. But I'm happy just doing the days. Yeah, it's 10,000, is it? Not 100, 10,000 anchor, 10,000 milliamp or something is what it is, Joseph. But it's a cracking little bit of kit. I got a couple of discount codes on it. I think I paid about £17 for it off Amazon because there was a discount code on it at the time. So it does me, it'll make my phone run. In fact, the length of my sessions, my phone will never run out. So it's handy. Like I can just leave it in my rucksack, and should be good. Yeah, live on the bank should be good. I'll have to see about that. I know you can go live from your phone, so it might just work. And I've got more data on me thing now. I cancelled me phone. What I was using on my phone, like my phone package, and got one for the same price with more data, 3 times more data. So I can actually do it now as well without, going over my limits or anything. Yeah, Coleman will keep you warm in winter, of course. Just a phone and a GoPro, yeah. Loads doing it now. Simpler option. It is, Danny. I mean, my camera that I'm talking to you on now is an old Sony. It's a whatchamacallit, Sony Handycam. It's HD, doesn't do 4K. This phone films in 4K. It's a lot better picture than my Handycam. And I don't use it. None of my videos are in 4K. I still film them in HD on this because they're good enough. But I've got the option to go 4K with this. To be honest, I need to buy a new PC to render it because I don't think the PCs I've got here would take it. They're too slow. But it's an option doing 4K. So yeah, keep it simple. One thing I like to get for this one is you can get a microphone that plugs in the bottom, to make your audio better, and I need to get one of them. But apart from that, it's fine. Peter, all right, mate. Good idea to live from the bank. Yeah, I quite like the idea of that. Trouble is, I can't go live from the bank on a PA water, can I? So it'd have to be either my local day ticket water or somewhere else. But we'll see about that. It may or may not happen. If it do, it'll be on my proper channel. It won't be on here. It will be on my main channel. But we'll see. The gear's here to do it anyway, and I've got the power now through the charger. So it was one of my mates gave me the idea because he's going live on TikTok quite a lot, and he plugs his power bank into his phone, sits his phone down and puts it on live, with the view of his rods, and then he can swap the picture back and forward, so his rod's pointing on the forward camera and on the rear camera. No, the forward camera points at him and the rear camera points at the lake, and he can swap the view, so he can talk and look at what's going on the screen, or he can show a picture of the rods in the lake. And it seems to work quite well on TikTok, so I've upgraded some of my stuff for that. The Morning Carper, no, Crouchy Carper is his name, Dave Crouch. Yeah, Crouchy Carper, Crouchy Carper. He goes live on the bank from Grenville Lake, which has some absolute monster fish in. So he gave me the idea, Dave, like he said, and it seems to work quite well for him. But I fancy doing it on YouTube instead. Yeah, channel done on the phone, 3 years. It's all you need, Danny, innit? You know, at the end of the day, like, you know, you make the best of what you've got. And to be honest, I think you can get a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't know, a bit gear mad when you start. You know, oh, I've got to have a better camera, and I've got to have this, and I've got to have that, and I've got to have the other. And after time, it's not necessary. So yeah, phone will do. Yeah, it's hard enough to find the time to make the video without doing lives. I find the lives easy, mate. They're a lot easier than making a video, put it that way. That's right, we've got hours to mince. Absolutely. And I quite like it that way as well, to be honest. But yeah, it's you can get a bit of a gear phobia, I suppose you'd call it, where you're upgrading everything and buying things more expensive. So, you know, you've got to have the best camera and the best microphone and the best lighting and the best computer to render it all on. And it just ends up more and more money going out of your pocket. So I use the same stuff I've used from the start, to be honest. Yeah, go fishing and film it, and not head out, make a film of fishing. I see, I'm the other way around. I make a film of fishing. But as you know, and I've said this many times before, they never turn out as I imagine it in my head. I go to the idea of making a film, and I think, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this, and then poof, off it goes in a different direction. And yeah, B-rolls, close-ups, stuff like that. Just I don't do much of that, to be honest. It's about capturing the things I'm doing. So, you know, like where I'm fishing, what method I'm using, how the method works and stuff like that. But it's still, it never quite goes in the sequence that I expect it to. You know, sometimes I'll film the end before I've even started the video. Can't force nature, absolutely, mate. Yeah, you can't, but I do still go with the idea of making a film about fishing rather than just filming fishing. It like I said, though, it never works out. But hey ho, I keep trying. I've tried. I've wanted to take my video camera with me, because I even stopped carrying it. This video camera I've got here, the camcorder, I stopped taking it with me. I thought, well, I wasn't using it, and I was fishing the water where I couldn't use it, so there was no point. So I started leaving it at home, and I only dug it out to do the live streams the other day. And I've been wanting to take it with me fishing for the last 3 weeks. And obviously we've had Storm Arwen and then wind and rain every Saturday. And you know, what I had planned to make a video and for it to be out by now hasn't even started. So yeah, can't force nature. But I'll get there in the end. The good thing is, if I don't film it and I don't get it done, then it just gets rolled over until I can. And you know, I don't worry about it. I'm not got a schedule to keep to or anything like that. So if it doesn't happen, shrug my shoulders and say, okay, whatever. Like lads who sub and say, I want you to go pike fishing or go make pike vids. No chance you're going where you want to go. Yeah, I'm kind of like that as well. Like, but if I can accommodate them, Danny, I will do. You know, if someone says, can you cover this, then and it's on my list of things to do, then I'll cover it. I can't promise them there's going to be a video for them next week or even next year. But if it's on the list of things to do, then it will get done. But my list of things to do is quite long. I'm not going to run out of ideas for videos anytime soon. And it's just a case of finding the time to do them. I've got to be on the right waters to do them in the first place, which I'm not most of the time. But when I am, I just need the weather to fall right. I try and aim for 6 videos a year, which is one every 2 months. And even then, of those 6 videos, 3 of them might be made in the space of a month, depending on the time of year and where I am and how fast I can get them done. But 6 a year is all I aim for. You do that in about 5 weeks. No pressure. Yeah, I don't feel any pressure either, but I can take it or leave it. So and most of the time I'm quite happy leaving it, because I'm fish for myself, not for everyone else. Vlogs and blogs, 11 years. You don't feel the pressure 11 years in. No, you don't. I've been doing them longer, haven't I? My first blog, when we were on the Blogger, all those years ago on the Blogger platform, it started in 2007. And where are we now? 2021. 14 years. That's 14 years ago I wrote my first article. And I was cracking them out every week back then, doing the writing and stuff like that. But nowadays it's, like I said, one every 2 months if I can manage it. And if I can't, then nothing goes out. I'm quite happy with that. I'm not trying to make a living out of it or anything like that. Don't much care for being sponsored or anything. I just do me thing, and that's it. 2011, yeah. So yeah, you're just coming up 11 years, mate. You're in your 11th year, aren't you? It's a long time. An awful long time. I was prolific when I first started, but I'm not anymore. Just you end up slowing down. Wrote in an hour in work, so I didn't have to listen to the moaning women in the office. That's not a bad idea, that. I should do that as well. I used to do mine on Sunday afternoon. I'd go fishing on Saturday and then I'd be writing about it on Sunday. And I got so good at it, I could crack out the finished article in an hour, which isn't bad for writing. Obviously the videos take a lot longer, because you've got to edit them. But yeah, it works. And I know the videos take longer to do. Well, they can take longer to do, depends how well you want to make them. But at the end of the day, they are easier in the long run, aren't they, doing videos than writing? I think I find writing easier, but once you've got something edited and in place, it does look a lot better, doesn't it? And people like videos these days. I think they'd rather watch someone talking about something than actually read it. People don't like reading. I know I don't. I'd rather than read a book, I'd rather watch a fishing video any day of the week. Lot due to be sponsored. There's nothing in it any mind that says I need YouTube. Yeah. Not saying it doesn't help, but YouTube isn't necessarily a necessity. Yeah, I don't suppose it is. It's more about social media these days, isn't it? It's the whole package rather than just YouTube. It's everything. It's the Instagram and the Facebook and the YouTube, Twitter. It's whatever social media you're on, it's being active on them a lot of the time. Yeah, what gets me is I don't understand why they do it to be sponsored, because they don't really get much out of it apart from a bit of free gear. It's certainly, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather keep my integrity myself. And to be honest, I wasn't put on this earth to promote someone's business. It's none of my business, to be honest. It's not something I would do for someone. You know, they're in business to make money and get things sold and stuff like that, and I'm not a salesman, and I'm not going to do it for them. So I wasn't put on this earth to help someone line their pockets. Is it saturated that badly? Because I tell you what, mate, I've stopped watching YouTube. And a year or two back, I was watching loads of it. I was subscribed to loads of channels, and I thought it was quite unhealthy, the amount of time I was spending on it. So I cut it back, and I've stopped watching a lot of stuff now. I've still got quite a few subscriptions, but a lot of them have gone, and I've got rid of them. I've unsubscribed from loads of channels, and I don't bother anymore. I've got my favourite channels I like to watch on a daily basis, but I don't want to be spending loads of time on this platform, and there's plenty of other things to do, and watching everybody else is not something that really interests me. I get quite a few of them. I'll put a video out, and someone will say I'll watch that, and you look at the profile and they've got a YouTube channel of their own, and they're just looking basically like, you watch mine, I'll watch yours. And yeah, I don't really go for that, to be honest. Like you said, there's loads of people doing it now. I've turfed a few off the North Western Cheshire Angling Group, North Western Cheshire Carp Angling Group. There's a few who have there was two, made absolutely no contribution at all. The only things they'd posted on there were the videos. So they got a few out, and then I started taking them off, and then I started clamping down on them, and eventually I binned them off completely. So they don't post anything at all now. In fact, they can't even see the group anymore because they're gone. Again, people taking advantage. So yeah, it's I don't watch too much these days. I'll make a video now and again, and I'll put it out, but I only even promote them within my own little circles. So I'll put it in North Western Cheshire Angling, and I usually put it in Johnny Tosh's group, Chasing Chunks, because John's alright. And apart from that, the only other place it goes really is Twitter, now and again. But I found Twitter's useless for bringing in viewers. You don't get no traffic from there, so it's hardly worth it. So yeah, my own page, my own group, and Johnny Tosh's group are the only places I even put my videos these days. Rest of the time, I don't spam them anywhere else these days. I can't be arsed. It's too much hard work. You're just watching recommended. Yeah, I watch some of the ones that are recommended to me, Danny, but not many of them, to be honest. You might watch something. I watch things that are embedded in other websites. So I'm on another website, and there'll be a YouTube clip in an article I'm reading or something like that, and I'll watch the YouTube clip, and then I'll get bloody recommendations based on watching that, and I don't want them. I was watching that one thing, and that's it, and I don't want to know anything else. But YouTube starts recommending stuff to you, and yeah, half the time you don't want it. Erica Benson, VASF Tech. Not sure what that means. Bait Tech's new ground bait. Has Bait Tech got a new ground bait? I wouldn't have a clue. That's another thing I've done, Danny, as well as unsubscribed from a load of YouTube channels. I've gone through my Facebook. You know, if you got your news feed on Facebook, haven't you? And if you like something, you start getting all the stuff from that person you've liked, or the thing that you've liked all starts coming up on your news feed. So I've gone through my Facebook news feed and unliked a load of stuff. So I don't get anything like that anymore. And you can click the little three dots, like an ellipsis button on it, isn't there? And you can put, I don't want to hear from this again. I don't want to see posts from this again. And they're all gone. I tell you what I was getting. Remember when Cristiano Ronaldo signed for United? Oh my God, the amount of Cristiano Ronaldo stuff that was coming up on my profile was unreal. And I'm not even a Man United supporter, I'm a Liverpool supporter. I didn't want it there. And I have barred, it must have been over 100 football groups that were starting to show up in my feed as recommended from Facebook recommendations. And I sacked them all off. Just don't want to hear from this, don't want to hear from this, don't want to hear from this. I blocked them all. And I very rarely get a football post now, thankfully. But these are the things you'd have to do. Like, you'd have to stop them. They start recommending stuff to you that you just don't want. Pain in the arse. You say you're hungry, in hours your phone gets possessed with ads for food. Yeah, Big Brother's watching you. That's right. I'll show that. Don't know what's in there that's got you blocked. These jabs are to track you. These people don't have a clue. Your phone knows what you're doing. Well, I haven't got. I'll be honest, mate. I've got the COVID app on my phone, and it wanted to activate, the thing to say where you are, the tracking, and I don't have the tracking active on my phone ever. So I've got the COVID-19 app on my phone, but it's the tracking's blocked completely. I don't have Alexa, won't have it for the same reason that you've just said there. You say something to it, and hours later, like, you're getting adverts bombarded on your Facebook for it if you say you're hungry. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've had my jabs, by the way. I've had my jabs and my booster. I got my booster on 1st of November, so about 6 weeks ago I had my booster. Obviously, because of where I work, I get it before most. I'm usually one of the first in. So I've had my booster. I'm okay with that. I probably need another one in about 3 months. But I'm okay taking the jabs, but the COVID app, they were calling it a pingdemic, weren't they? Do you remember that? Pingdemic. Everybody was, even if it was through a wall, someone could be through a wall on the other side, and your phone would be going off because you'd be in the vicinity of someone. Madness, absolute madness. You're off. Nice chatting to you. Yeah, and you, Danny, as well. Good to see you, mate. Need to sort this gear out. Indeed, yeah. Good luck for the weekend. Tight lines, mate. And hopefully I'll be able to get out myself. Bluetooth. Yeah, well, I have my Bluetooth switched off. I won't have it on because it can be hacked. You can you can walk through town or anything like that, and anybody within range of your Bluetooth can hack into your phone. So mine's always switched off, and that's another thing as well. I don't have the tracking on my phone, and I don't have the Bluetooth on. So yeah, they can bugger off with the app, mate. They're not going to be following me anywhere. But I'm pretty self-contained anyway. I don't go out that much, to be honest. I go fishing and I go shopping once a week, and I work from home. So I don't see a lot of people. And most of my business is conducted online, talking to my mates and stuff like that these days, apart from when I'm on the bank. And obviously the family come round and stuff like that, but I'm pretty isolated and I take care of myself. So I don't feel like I need a COVID app on, to be honest. But that's the way it is, isn't it? Like you said, you can follow you everywhere these days. Big Brother's watching you. But yeah, I've unliked a lot of stuff, blocked a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to just keep what I want in my news feeds and not what is recommended to me. But I'm a fussy bugger like that, mate. Anyway, take care, mate. I've just noticed it's 9:10, so it's time for me to get off as well. I've done my hour, and I shall be back next week for episode number 3. So let's wrap it up here, and I'll say good night. Cheers, Danny. And let's have a look. Let's do a roll call, because there's not been many people on tonight, has there? Joseph Bibby, nice one. Peter Hamilton, good to see you still about, Peter. That 70s bike, Tom, nice one. Good luck with your lure fishing, mate, if you're watching this back. Who else was here? Sure there was someone else. Who said hello at the beginning? Mr. Tyler, Ian McHale. I knew there was a few others. Nice one, lads. And good to see you here. And Louis as well. Nice one, Louis. And I'll catch you all next week, all being well. Yeah, cheers, Mr. T and Peter. Thanks, guys. Take it easy. And I shall end the stream now. Tight lines.